Good evening, and welcome to Season 5, Episode 18 of Robin's Piano Bar, where the drinks and the food are virtual, but the piano playing is real. I'm your host, Larry Kosson, streaming live to you on YouTube, Twitch TV, LinkedIn, and Bandcamp. Facebook? Do you read me? Hello? Tonight's episode is Measurements. And now, please welcome to her own home, our favorite piano gal, Robin Spielberg. There she is.
Here I am. Hi, Lair.
Hi.
How was your day?
Good. See who
Good
I
to
got
see
with
you.
me?
I see you have a co-producer with you,
Leo with me.
the cat. And nice to see all of you here. Thanks for joining us. It's October. How does that even happen? Like September was like that, right?
It's month of pumpkins.
Yes. Episode number 253 total for all of you counting. Some of you do. And tonight's live stream, all the music you will hear tonight has to do something with measurements, how we measure things. So let's get started. Tonight, starting with an original, and this is Forgiving Winter. Doesn't winter often seem longer than the other seasons? It's not. It feels that way. I don't really measure my life in winters. I kind of measure my life more in summers. How many summers are left? What are we doing in the summer? Summer means vacation and planning for outdoor things and socializing, it seems. So.
Yeah, although this time of year does feel like there's a lot more socialization going on than...
Is there?
Yeah.
For us?
Yeah. We were on the road for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, well, yeah, we were on tour. Yeah.
And
that's true. I know, but when winter comes, though, Larry, you'll see it. It's like the slog. December, January,
I think it's January, February. Yeah.
Yeah. Seems to go slower than the rest. So here is Forgiving Winter from my album, I believe, Dreaming of Summer. There we go. How's everyone doing tonight? Good to see you. People just starting to tune in. That's awesome.
Yes, Karen. We are live streaming tonight. This is live. The magic
We are live streaming.
The magic of television. Or the magic of computers. I don't know.
I don't know.
What's wrong, Robin?
Well, as you know, my social media has been really weird for like the last 5 or 6 months, right? So I'm still somewhat hacked on Facebook. Like, we're able to use it, but there's this guy that's in my account.
Yeah, he's watching right now. How are you? How you doing, dude? So,
hey, hacker. He's got his email address in there. He's got his own password in there. He's got two-factor authentication turned on. I can't kick him out, but eventually maybe I'll be able to. It's just weird. And Larry has now full control over my professional page, robinspielbergmusic.real.
Don't give the hacker any ideas.
Well, because if you give it back to me, it'll just get hacked. Anyway, glad that we're able to stream. We'll try to work out all the other things later. Hope everyone's doing okay. This is the next one up. Larry, do you have that little ticker thing that goes across?
Yeah, in fact,
is it working?
Tonight's
theme is. Are you able to tell people the theme?
Robin, can you see the
No.
stream? You can't see the stream at all?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Tonight's theme is measurements. Good, because I might have to refer to that.
Can everybody else see that? Just, give me a shout out if
you know what? I much
working.
prefer this ticker because to the stock market prices, right? You could put the stock market prices on there, I guess, if you wanted to.
So for all of you watching on Facebook, just be aware at some point or another we may end up completely on YouTube because Facebook is just not solid. It's
it's slower and buffers.
We've got
blah,
hackers.
Blah, blah. Well, some people watch on YouTube on their TV and they come to Facebook for chatteroo.
Yeah, but
hey, kitty.
Maybe the hacker will start chatting with our friends here too.
Yeah, hacker, if you're watching, can you stop?
Just say hello.
Can you stop trying to sell keto gummies using my name and likeness?
Hacker, if you're watching,
I don't use keto gummies. I don't even know what they are.
The hacker can tip just like everybody else.
Yeah, you really owe me.
Join the Patreon page.
This is long time. long, long time.
How long has it been, Robin?
Apparently,
A
very long time.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
Since we've been
so
here.
we were in Utica, New York. It was fabulous. It rained the entire time. So even though leaves were changing and kind of looked pretty, it rained the entire time except for the one day, one afternoon. But it still was fabulous. I did 3 seminars on music and mental health. I did a workshop on overcoming performance anxiety, did a show, got 2 standing ovations. Great way to start the concert season. So that was loads of fun. And now back to live streaming. Here is a song, Dust in the Wind. We're talking about measurements here. You know, we measure how dusty your house is. I know it's a stretch, but you think about it. Like, when do you decide when it's enough or too much dust that you should dust? Like, take the Swiffer, the rags, whatever. Right? I see a little fine coating. I'm okay with that. It's all right.
Horton hears a who.
But, you know, today I woke up and I'm like, wait a minute. The night table. Our night tables, it's too much. It's too dusty. Got to deal with this today, right now.
Robin.
Right?
Horton hears a who.
We are here.
I know. He was on a speck of dust.
He was on a speck of dust.
Right.
And that measurement mattered, didn't it?
It did.
All we are is dust in the wind. That song's pretty, but it's a little depressing, no?
Wasn't long enough.
Well, I saw you had a little technical thing to do, so I was trying to make it longer, Larry, but, you know,
That
that's
song
what
is
happens.
just is what it is.
Pumpkin bread. Who's making pumpkin bread? Who? There was an auto
was
ad
Joanne.
some years ago where the competing cars just disintegrated into dust, and Dust in the Wind was playing. Oh, that's funny.
I love pumpkin bread. I actually love pumpkin pie, too. One of my favorite types of pie. And I really save it for Thanksgiving. I don't really have it before Thanksgiving. But, you know, I realize as people are talking, We usually measure at least one thing every single day. I mean, if you're baking or cooking, you're measuring things.
Well, of course.
There's a lot of measurements going on.
I just made, it was fabulous, right?
Right.
We had an unbelievable pepper crop, and I made stuffed peppers. Oops, wait. I think on our...
What happened?
No,
what,
I'm just
what
saying,
happened?
like, because I have this, here, you can see it on my iPad. These were my peppers. Can you see them?
Yep, we can.
Yep.
They're green.
And, yep. And then we made stuffed peppers. See them?
Yes.
And then the flowers behind me. Took a picture of those. See them?
Yep, we saw that too.
Technology.
Technology.
Man. So measurements. Measure a few of these songs. I realized measure how long it takes to get over heartache. Seems to be a theme.
Seems to be.
Seems to be. So here is mine. It's an original. This is from Songs of the Spirit. This is Anthem of My Heart. When I composed it, I had a heartache. And I wasn't over it quite yet, but I knew that eventually I would be, because all feelings are temporary. Everything is. So it was my anthem of hope. Get this card over here.
Lorraine's saying she's still getting peppers. You know, she's further north.
Really?
I'm really surprised.
No, we still have them coming in. I thought I was done with the tomatoes, but no, they weren't done. So we've got some more sauce to make.
It's a late crop this year, I think.
It was.
October.
The peppers were a little late,
Yeah.
according to my garden diaries. Here's
Yeah.
Anthem of My Heart. Anthem of My Heart from Songs of the Spirit, which I did in 1996. That album is 28 years old. That's crazy. That's crazy, because sometimes I feel 28 years old. How could it be?
So Donna's saying that she's just finished a large batch of meatballs, and her whole house smells really good. We
Yum,
should probably,
you need my sauce.
You know, we probably should do a cooking show live stream. We should do an entire theme of cooking where, you know,
you mean a cooking piano bar?
A cooking piano bar where people give us their favorite recipes.
Donna, I thought
Donna,
you
I
wanted
want
to
your
move
recipe.
this whole setup into our kitchen.
Yeah, we'll move the piano into the
that
kitchen.
scared me
Well,
for a minute.
We can actually put a cutting board right on the piano desk. It's all good.
Yeah,
so,
there. That's happening.
Donna's meatballs sound amazing. I want that recipe.
Yep.
So Leonard Perry just joined us. He's 30 minutes late, but Leonard, the first 30 minutes,
Yeah, Leonard,
you'll go back and watch it.
How could there be anything more important in your life than this piano bar? That's all I have to say.
He was outside. You know, he missed it. He was probably
Outside?
gardening in the dark or something. I don't know.
understand.
Yeah.
We came back from our trip, and I had to take down all the morning glories that grew up the railing.
But you didn't do it in the morning.
I did not.
Yes,
And then I cut down a few things in the veggie garden. I had to get down some of the Joe pie. They were so big.
So while you were playing that last piece, I realized, you know, you're measuring all throughout the piano bar because you're counting the entire time. You know?
I'm counting.
Yeah, aren't you? I think
No.
so. Yeah, that's your unique form of playing.
I have
not count. Not
I have like a little I have a little inner
4/4 time is not.
The thing
really
is, I
4/4
have
time.
a little inner metronome
Yeah.
going on.
Right. So you're counting.
I'm
There's
very
there's
aware.
measurements. You're using measures.
We are. I am.
So.
This one is song
I can't
about
believe after 252 live streams, we never did the theme of measurements before. That's pretty amazing. Right?
There are many themes, Larry.
Yeah, we're, you know.
So here is measuring by sunrises and sunsets.
How long is a day?
Some days feel longer than others.
Right.
I do love that one. It's so sweet. Inchworm. I recorded it for my album, Beautiful Dreamer, Lullabies for the Parent and Child, 24 years ago. Oh, almost 25, I think. Yeah, 25 years ago. Crazy. Inchworm, measuring the marigolds. You and your arithmetic, you'll probably go far. Inchworm, inchworm, measuring the marigolds. Seems to me you'd stop and see how beautiful they are. Right? Sweet. Here's another tune. Pardon?
I said all this time I didn't know Lorraine was a personal chef. Sounds like she makes some wonderful dishes.
What is she making?
Let's see. So she makes a delicious beef stroganoff, a Thai chicken with peanut sauce. That sounds amazing.
You know what? I don't think I've ever made either of those things.
I made a Thai chicken once with peanut sauce. For you.
Stephen's like, much better than 2.54 centimeter worm. Yeah. Inch.
So
now I'm getting hungry. Look at everyone's talking about the food.
Talking about food. So I asked on the
I did play
on the
once
ticker.
before, Vicky.
I asked the question, what are some of the more unusual units of measurement? And it occurred to me, so last week we had a few extra minutes, so we took a detour after the airport on our way to Utica. We went through Saratoga Springs, to the downtown of Saratoga Springs, and it's a famous horse town. But one of the things, remember what we saw, are all the statuettes of the jockeys.
Yeah.
And it occurred to me that they measure horse racing in furlongs. That's an unusual...
We don't measure anything else in furlongs.
I don't think so.
Stephen, what's a furlong?
So 8 furlongs is a mile. So
8 furlongs is a mile?
8 furlongs is a mile, yeah.
Of course you know that.
Of course I knew that. But
useless information.
It's just like all the photography information I have that's useless. So, but tell us if you've got, I'm sure that Stephen and Peter and some of the rest of you
You've got some pretty weird,
unusual
Hey, wait, you have a
measurements.
photo downstairs that you took for a client.
Yeah.
And I love it so much.
Yeah.
And we made it really huge. And it's of a micrometer.
Micrometer. Yeah. To very, very small
Itsy
measurements.
bitsy measurements.
I borrowed that micrometer. I can't remember who I borrowed that from.
Gosh, I really wish we had one, Larry.
Yeah. What would you be measuring, Rob? Okay.
Nothing. I just want one.
You just want one. I'm sure we could get one.
Don't send me one. I don't want one. I just said that.
She just said that.
What I really wanted, I got.
What'd you get?
A pickaxe.
You did. You got a pickaxe.
I got a pickaxe for my anniversary and a pair of really great overalls.
Steven says they measure horses in hands. That's true. I forgot about that. So, a lot of
I'll tell you something
measurements.
interesting. When I was in, where was I? Oh, yeah. When I was in the Soviet Union in the early 80s.
Right.
Wasn't
I
Russia
know this
yet.
story.
We went to this, we went to all of these training places for actors, which are very different than the acting schools we have here. And actors have to be trained and in the circus arts, in addition to dance and different things. And when we asked like how you choose to decide to become like an actor, it wasn't like here. The children were measured when they were little from like the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder to see like who would be a good dancer or acrobat and then just put into that program.
Yeah. So
a lot of measurements going on over there.
there's a lot of measurements. Yeah.
This is Dan Fogelberg's Longer, measuring how long we love.
Robin's Piano Bar, not only entertaining, but educational. Tune in next week when we
learned during that song. Was there something new?
No, it's just, there's all different types of units.
Peter says the Millennium Falcon did the Kessel run in under 12 parsecs, which actually makes no sense. Okay. Yeah, a lot of oh, you know what? It's so funny you said that, Patricia, because as I was playing the Dan Fogelberg song longer, I was thinking, what a beautiful song for a wedding. And she just said, that's what we played at my wedding. It's a perfect wedding song. Also, the tempo of it's perfect.
There were, this could be, a part 2, because there's a lot of songs that you didn't have on this list. It occurred to me.
Well, let's just talk about what's on the list.
Okay.
Like what's here.
What's here now?
Now, in the moment. I'm really working on being more in the moment. Yeah, because...
Tune in to the next live stream for part 2
Well, there's a lot of things in life to worry about, as you know. What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? And gets all anxious. So I've been learning about living more in the moment, Larry, which is right here, right now. There's only now.
There's only now?
There's only now. And if you can manage to hold on to that for a bit, like you'll feel better.
So this next song isn't quite Horton Hears the Who, but it's close, right?
Thumbelina.
Yeah.
She was measured no bigger than a thumb.
Yeah.
So cute.
So cute.
It was from Hans Christian Andersen. Frank Losser wrote this. 1951. And boy, did I love that movie, Hans Christian Andersen. Loved it so much that when we went to Copenhagen, last summer, this last summer, I saw the Hans Christian Andersen statue and I started to cry.
That's true. That's true. I have a photograph of you standing with the statue.
Best storyteller ever.
Yeah, and I saw the Little Mermaid statue and I started to cry because it was so uneventful.
We went all the way to see it. It was kind of a trek. And it's not that big a thing. So if you go there, you can skip that. It's just little. I loved it. I loved seeing it. But Larry's like, I can't believe we just spent hours trying to go see this. And there were busloads of people coming off to see the Little Mermaid statue. And you're like, really? That's it? Like this little thing on a rock? You're kidding. That's it. That's it.
I want to go back to Copenhagen.
When your heart is full of love, you're 9 feet tall. That is the whole point of the song.
Is that really the point of the song, Robin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She feels bad because she's so little. She's so tiny. She feels like she can't have any impact on anything. And he said, as long as you love with all of your heart, you're big.
Sounds like the one.
Which is no comfort to people in the grocery store who are height compromised and can't get to the things on the top shelf. I'm usually the person like going, want me to get that for you? I'm not that tall, but I'm tall enough to get the top shelf. Just about.
You're not height compromised.
We have
people in
our daughter is.
People
she's
in our
like,
family that are height
I am
compromised.
so frustrated, Mom. I go to the grocery store and I cannot reach the things that I want. I always have to ask someone. At least you're not Thumbelina. She's very tiny. She's just...
Well, Valerie was Thumbelina when she was born.
She was Thumbelina. It's true. So here we go. The water is wide. How wide? Wide enough that we can't cross over.
It's so wide.
We do often measure things and how wide it is, right? If you're getting furniture in your house, how wide is it? So our daughter moved into a new place. So excited. Bought a washer dryer, top, bottom, washer dryer. She was coming here to do her laundry for a few months. And then realized that the washer dryer could not get through the doorway to the laundry room.
Oops.
We had to reframe the door. We didn't know.
Oops.
How wide it is matters.
Sounds like the start of a bad joke.
What?
How wide is it?
How wide is it?
So wide.
So wide. No, not wide enough to get the washer dryer in. But, okay, so this is the water is wide. And I've recorded this twice. Beautiful Dreamer. And then I believe on the Sea to Shining Sea, a tapestry of American music. And that was with cello. Yep. we were talking about cooking measurements. This is a spoonful of sugar, but it's not specific. Julie Andrews, as she's singing, is it a tablespoon? Is it a teaspoon? Like, how big is the spoon? Is it a soup spoon?
I think
we don't know.
I think it's a teaspoon.
You think it's a teaspoon?
Knowing Julie Andrews, she wouldn't be serving a soup spoon to children of sugar. Okay?
Probably.
Teaspoon. Tablespoon, I don't think so.
I think you're right there. It was probably a teaspoon of sugar. Just didn't go right with the lyric. Okay. I used to sneak sugar when I was a kid. My mom used to have these sugar cubes for when the ladies came over to play mahjong or something.
For their tea?
They used sugar cubes.
In their coffee and their tea?
I used to steal them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Wanted something really sweet. That grosses me out right now, the idea of just eating a raw sugar cube. No. But I really like that.
But honey.
Pardon?
But honey is sweet and honey works instead of sugar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Honey in your tea.
What did you guys sneak from the kitchen? Did you steal cookies? Anyone? Come on, fess up. I just told you about the sugar cubes. Now you have to tell me. What did you sneak? Here is, tell us while I'm playing, just a spoonful of sugar. Pedal's not working.
That's our daughter's favorite song.
Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Yeah, she loves spiders.
Love Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Especially this time of year. It's her favorite time of year.
I'm working a double today, Larry.
You are?
I played piano today at the assisted living place, and they loved it. And the favorite song of the day, I played a lot of oldies. They loved it. The big winner was Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I had to play it like 5 times. Everyone was just singing. Yes, they just loved it. And speaking of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, let's go Mets. Please do not break my heart again. Was it not last year? The year before, they won 102 games and blew it. So now they're in the playoffs. Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. This one was a fun one to add. So you might know it as a song sung by the Carpenters, but they didn't write it. It was words and music by Bonnie Sheridan and Leon Russell, 1970. And it's called Superstar.
What's it have to do with measuring, Rob?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, tell me.
Long ago and far away, I fell in love with you before the second show. How long does it take to fall in love? So it was a double, like I played a double today. So before the second show, that's how long it took. Person fell in love. It's a measurement.
Okay.
Can you fall in love like between the matinee and the evening performance?
Possibly.
I told you it's a little bit of a stretch, but I thought you might like it on the stream. Let's try that one again. Great song from Rent. How do you measure a life? 525,600 minutes. So that's how many minutes are in our year. And the point of the song is that not to measure it in time, but to measure in love, how much you give. Right? Remember seeing that for the first time, Larry? We were like floored.
I think we saw it 3 times.
Like we did see it 3 times. Yes. How's everyone doing tonight? And Peter says he remembers when Mets won in '69. Well, you know what, Peter? So do I. I was way little. I think I was in 2nd grade. And my parents went to the World Series, and my grandfather was watching us, and I didn't go to school that day. We stayed home. It was a holiday. Oh, you're right. Country song, 500 miles. I would walk 500 miles. That one? When I wake up.
No, you're thinking about the Celtic song. I would walk 500 miles in. Yeah.
Right, that one.
There's a lot of songs about measurement out there.
Fran says, congratulations on your recent awards. Well, thank you. There were a lot. I mean, I am so used to losing everything that it was such a shock because sometimes, well, very often I'm not nominated at all. And then when I'm nominated for something, I don't win it. I can't tell you how many award ceremonies I've gone to. And just, the bridesmaid.
And now we're running out of room.
And now, no.
Yeah.
Don't be silly. But there have been a number of accolades for the music videos, Flying and Ireland. Both were selected, some nominated, and sometimes won international, film festival things.
Just to be clear, that's the word WON versus ONE, because we are featuring measurements tonight and not the number 1. WON. Right.
And then, of course, there was the Intercontinental Music Awards,
chicken
which
dinner.
was the big one. What?
Winner, chicken dinner.
Winner, chicken dinner. Well, what is this saying? Like, just an honor to be nominated.
Yes.
Then the other one is, what's the other saying? Oh, yeah, awards are really stupid unless you win one.
Right.
What's the other one? I'd like to thank the Academy for making this all happen.
That's right.
Isn't that like what people say at the...
Right.
I'd like to thank the Academy for making
Oscars.
it all possible.
Yeah, the Academy doesn't have anything to do with it, but that's okay.
No, just pretending.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. What's next, Rob?
Well, I think there's a card. I think I need a little card. Let's see. Too much, too little, too late.
That's a lot of little. That's a little lot.
So measuring, how do you know when to call it quits? Right? Person in the relationship is a jerk, but how many times did they do jerky things before you go, up? Too much, too little, too late. Right?
Right.
Sometimes people have a high tolerance for those things. Some people do not have a high tolerance for that kind of behavior. So I guess it's all relative. In this song, we're not really getting the clear measurement. She just says, it's over. We're calling it a day. Too much, too little, too late.
That's a real piano bar tune.
It is. It totally is. So, Larry, I can't see YouTube. Anyone there like saying hi?
There are people on YouTube. Yeah. Let's see.
Hi, YouTube. Hi, Twitch TV. Hi, LinkedIn. Hi, folks on Bandcamp. I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see your chats.
Robin
so if anyone's saying anything. What?
Robin can't see anything tonight.
Well,
it's all up
it's
to
kind of
me.
freeing.
Most everybody is on Facebook.
I see
we got
the piano.
A few YouTubers and a few Twitchers. Yep. Is that what we call the Twitch TV people?
The Twitchers.
Twitchers. They're twitching.
Yeah.
They're twitching.
It's a funny name for a platform.
Yeah, tell Amazon that. They bought it for $1 gazillion.
Did they?
They did.
What are they going to do with it?
They've had it for a while, Robin.
It wasn't aware.
It's a gamer platform.
Yeah, well, I'm out of that.
I know. You stopped gaming a while ago.
Gaming? I still remember Pong and Pac-Man.
I know. you were so
not
good.
really. The only thing we ever did with Valerie was like the Wii Sports,
Yeah.
like the bowling with Wii, and
she's still doing
that
it.
was kind of cool.
That's her thing.
That was a thing. All right, you're going to love this one. It's one of these songs that pops into my head. No idea why I know it. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like I don't remember ever learning it or singing it or playing it in a piano lesson. No reason.
What's it from? I don't even know what this song is.
I think it's from an old movie, but it's so cute, and it goes like this: 5'2", eyes of blue. Oh, what those 5 feet can do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose, flapper, yes sir, one of those. Has anybody seen my gal?
Wow, it seems pretty risque for the time.
If you run into a 5'2", all covered with fur, why do I know this song? Why? We don't know. But I'm going to play it for you. It's adorable. And remember, there's 5'2", coochie, coo. That's in the lyric. Has anyone seen my gal? It must have been some flapper movie, right?
Karen said it's 1925.
So why do I know it?
I don't know.
Is the question to the universe. I don't remember seeing the movie or... I was like doing the set list of measurements. I started doing a set list of things that longer, and then Larry's like, "Oh, do measurements." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a great idea." So listen to your producer. And I went, "Oh, that'll be perfect, 5'2". And then I couldn't remember how or why I knew the song.
So is 5'2" vertically challenged? Would that be considered? Not
I don't
quite,
know.
Right? I think you have to be 5
I
foot
think
or
under 5 feet.
Under 5 feet would be considered 5
Yeah,
feet.
I think that's a little rough.
5 feet or less.
Can't
is
reach.
Usually, yeah.
I tell Valerie that's what step stools are for. We bought her one for her kitchen, and so she can reach her cabinets.
Yeah.
Step stool life.
Step stool life.
Mm-hmm. We've got a few more to do for you. Not too many. I think there's 2 left. How's everyone doing? Let me go check in on
the
faceplant.
So, just to...
Ralph says, I remember, or is it Sharon.
It's Sharon.
I remember nonsense
we love
songs
the fact
too.
that Sharon, we love it.
Speaking
Says
of
Ralph.
nonsense songs, is it Mares eat oats and oats eat oats and little lambs eat ivory? A
What?
kid'll eat ivory too, wouldn't you?
What?
Let me know if someone knows that.
What? Say
What?
it again. Say it again. What?
Lambs eat oats, and goats eat dotes, and little lambs eat ivory. A kid'll eat ivory too, wouldn't you? Right?
Right? That's confusing.
Right?
Yeah.
How do I know that?
I don't know.
Does anyone else know what I'm talking about?
No idea.
Please tell me that I'm not alone. See? She says, actually, I only remember nonsense.
Love you, Sharon. So
There's
glad to have you
I
here.
have a lot of nonsense in my head, yeah.
There's a lot of nonsense here going on here too. Yeah.
How about this
so-
one? E-oo-oo-ah-ah, ching, chang, walla walla bing bang. E-oo-oo-ah-ah, ching, chang, walla walla bing bang. Who remembers that?
Yeah, that's from
I don't know.
Chitty
Why do I
Chitty-
know that?
That's from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, isn't it?
No, and this is way before my time. I'm sure it's a thing. E-oo-oo-ah-ah, ching, chang, walla walla bing bang. Ooh-ee-ooh-ah-ah, ching, chang, walla walla bing bang.
All right, so I'm gonna break it to
See,
them.
Peter says he heard it.
I'm just gonna break it.
Oh,
to,
it's Maresy Dotes. See, yeah, Leonard knows it.
Yeah,
See, Larry.
I know. So I'm just gonna break it to
Mares
our.
eat oats, and does eat oats, and little lambs eat ivy. I said ivory. Ivy. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen.
Yeah, see those folks up in
See, I had the
Montana, they
lyric
know
wrong.
everything.
Of course, it's ivy, not ivory. Okay.
So I have to, Robin. You got to let me break it to the audience gently. You know, it's gonna be
When's our
another.
next live stream?
It's another 3 weeks from now.
Is it?
October 26th. Sorry, folks, but we've got a busy schedule up ahead, you know. So next couple of weeks we won't be available for a live stream, but October 26th we'll do a very special end of the month live stream.
Okay. When did
It'll
you
be
say?
scary.
October 25.
26, I think it is.
October 26.
I
That's a
believe
Friday?
so. I believe
Make
so.
sure, please. And then we have concerts.
Oh, sorry, 25. You're right. Sorry.
October,
October
25. Did you say I was right? I didn't hear it. Say it again.
Yes, Robin, you're right.
I was right?
You're right.
Awesome.
It'll be a scary
October
one.
Oh, yes. We'll
It
do
will
a
be
Halloween.
a scary, scary one.
And then I'm going to Marion, Illinois.
First we go to Marion.
Free show.
Free show.
They found some corporation to sponsor it.
We're actually going to spend the entire week
I've got a lot of things to do
in
there.
Illinois.
Yeah, and we end on November 10th. I was trying to suggest this to folks because it's the kind of sort of middle of the country. Noon show on Sunday, November 10th at Chicago City Winery. It's a
Chicago.
brunch and my solo piano show during brunch.
Chicago.
It's so easy for a lot of people just to like
Chicago.
get on a plane straight to Chicago, jump in an Uber, go to the show. Come in on Saturday, go to the museum. The art museum's amazing, great things in Chicago, great eats, and then Sunday show. So love to see you. Hope you can come. And this is, I always thought this song was very dramatic. It came out when I was at NYU. My roommate and I used to sing it. It's so dramatic. This is by Jim Steinman, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Seems to be we measure time, or at least in the days of Druids, by eclipses. And whenever there's an eclipse, do you notice that there's always something in the paper about it's the last eclipse of this type that you'll be able to see until
The next
2145. You know,
Until-
we'll all be dead.
Until the
But
next
then
one.
there's another eclipse.
Right.
It's in the paper. And they say that that's one is the last one that we'll see until 2302. Anyway, there's different types, I suppose. Partial, total, solar, lunar. Anyway, people seem to be interested in measuring eclipses, so put this one in. Total eclipse of the heart. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's broadcast.
Or the beginning. Which, always leads us to the question, when will I see you again? Mm-hmm. In 3 weeks.
October 25th, unless you're coming to one of the shows in Illinois.
I think everybody on the live stream
If you're watching,
tonight,
thank you, Christine Rubin. She was on our Patreon. She came to the show in Utica, New York. It seems that every single show we are meeting someone who watches a live stream or is on Patreon, which is fabulous. If you are watching and don't know what I'm talking about with Patreon, you can simply go to patreon.com/Robin Spielberg and see what it's all about. It's a little club that we have. I give away stuff every month to folks who are on that platform, and posts that I don't post anywhere else, all kinds of fun things in exchange for your support.
So if you're watching and you're not from Chicago and you're flying in to Chicago, you'll be part of the music tourism business.
I know, we were just talking about music tourism, that people go out to.
People, you'll be,
Yeah.
And if you fly Southwest, when you go and you buy your tickets and they ask you if it's personal or business or other, click the other button and take
tourism.
Going to
We're trying to
see
get
Robin Spielberg.
Yeah, I actually participated in this thing called Grammy Advocacy Day, where musicians, music makers go to lobby their Congress people to support legislation that helps music makers. And one of them had to do with passing a bill in Congress for music tourism. Other countries have this, where they boost the economy by promoting their concert events and festivals, so people come in from all other countries. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get some music tourism in Chicago. So this is When Will I See You Again? We weren't kidding when we were asking that question. And hopefully it'll be soon. Here we go. Where should it start? There it is. It's weird. Here it is. What's that strange? Something strange with my music. Have a great weekend, everyone, and stay safe out there in the world. Be kind to yourselves and each other. Thank you. Thank you, Larry, for producing the show. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Be good out there. If you can't be good, be careful. Sasha, it's your turn. Say goodnight.